Hi, my name is Luz Chango, and I'm doing another recording furthering information on the Illuminati. This article is entitled The Crisis of Democracy. In America, the Federal Emergency Management Administration, also known as FEMA, was created in 1979 under Presidential Memorandum 32, authorized for President Carter by Samuel P. Huntington, a Harvard professor and former FEMA Advisory Board chairman. Huntington wrote the seminal piece for the Trilateral Commission in the mid-'70s, in which he criticized democracy and economic development as outdated ideas. As co-author of another report prepared for the Trilateral Commission, The Crisis of Democracy, Huntington wrote, and I quote, "We have come to recognize that there are potential desirable limits to economic growth. There are also potential desirable limits to the indefinite extension of political democracy. A government which lacks authority will have little ability short of cataclysmic crisis to impose on its people the sacrifices which may be necessary." Unquote. Huntington's ideas were rewritten into National Security Decision Directive Number 47, which was enacted in July of '82 by President Reagan. Treated as a passing footnote by the media, this law ID'd legitimate areas to be upgraded to maintain national defense, but it also laid the groundwork for emergency mobilization preparedness, a plan under which existing socio-economic regulations and other legal constraints would be waived in the event of a national emergency. This plan was further strengthened in Public Law 101-647, which was signed by President Bush in November of 1990. What it boils down to is this. In the event that the President declares a national emergency, such as earthquakes to increase international tensions, economic financial crisis, FEMA can then, at their discretion, implement Executive Orders 10995 through 11005. These executive orders permit a takeover by FEMA of local, state, and national governments and the suspensions of constitutional guarantees. FEMA will have the authority to exert any sort of control that it deems necessary upon the American public. A trained national police force, formerly referred to by the name of Multi-Jurisdictional Task Force, wearing black uniforms and composed of specially selected U.S. military personnel, foreign military units carrying United Nations IDs, specially trained existing police groups from larger metropolitan American cities. These members of the MJTF will implement and enforce martial law under the direction and control of FEMA, which is also under the control of the Illuminati. The President and Congress are out of the loop. FEMA is the Trojan horse by which the New World Order will implement overt police state control over the American populace. As far as the war on drugs is concerned, the war on drugs is a cruel joke. The U.S. government, especially the CIA, is the biggest drug lord on the planet. Drug money is used to pay for innumerable black projects, including the construction of huge underground cities, which house both humans and aliens working with the secret U.S. government. The instigation of a trumped-up war as a cover for amassing fortunes can be dated back to at least the 12th century, when only a core group of 9 members of an Illuminati group called the Knights Templar, the military arm of an Illuminati secret society known as the Prior of Siam, kicked off the Crusades that lasted for over a century and a half. A rift later developed between the Templars and the Priory of Sion when Jerusalem was lost to Saracen Turks in 1187. In 1307, the King of France coveted the wealth and was jealous of the Templars' power. The French king, being a puppet of the Priory of Sion, set out to arrest all the Templars in France in October 13. While many Templars were seized and tortured, including their Grand Master, many other Templars escaped. They eventually resurfaced in Portugal and later in Scotland and the Scottish Rites of Freemasonry. So yes, the Freemasons are a part of the Illuminati. The acquisition and consolidation of ever greater wealth, national resources, total political power, and control over others are the motivating forces which drive the decisions of the Illuminati. The toll in human suffering and the loss of innocent lives are non-issues for these individuals who are aligned with very dark and evil fourth-dimensional aliens or beings. The dominant group of fourth-dimensional evil beings controlling and manipulating the human Illuminati are known as the Draconians or Draco-Reptilians. And note that not all alien reptilians are of a negative spiritual orientation. As far as mind control is concerned, recent revelations from deprogrammed Illuminati mind-controlled individuals, such as Arizona Wilder, who wrote The Biggest Secret, Cisco Wheeler, who wrote the Illuminati formula to create an undetectable total mind-control slave, Kathy O'Brien, who wrote Transformation of America, and Bryce Taylor, who wrote Thanks for the Memories, leave no doubt that the upper levels of the Illuminati engage in satanic rituals, which usually include the killing of young children, the drinking of human blood, and the consuming of flesh and human organs. The details of the Illuminati conspiracy are brilliantly laid out in the books of David Icke. He writes such books as Tales from the Time Loop, Children of the Matrix, Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center, The Biggest Secret, The Truth Shall Set You Free, and I Am Me, I Am Free. This is another segment of information of the Illuminati that I have. On YouTube, you will find former Illuminati members that totally expose the Illuminati. If you're interested in knowing what these Draconians or Draco-Reptilians look like, you can go to Google and look up pics of Draconians, and you'd be surprised of what you will see. I hope this information has been helpful to all of you, whether you choose to believe or not. The truth is being put out there.